world slowly vanished until high-risers and metal structures surrounded her. Kat looked at her bag and took a deep breath. The city opened up like a cracked egg. The guts were a giant space field, miles upon miles of heavily guarded flat ground, all of it surrounded by the metal barriers of commerce. Huge ships came into view, bigger than she remembered. The battleships and mining freighters couldn't land here. Their girth was so massive, so giant, that it would disrupt Earth's shields and crush the ground. Kat had seen pictures of them. She knew that people could spend their entire lives living on one of those monsters. They bruised the sky with their thruster output. Once spaceflight had taken off, the weather patterns had never been the same. The massive engines plowed right through the clouds, dispersing them. Her flyer came to a stop at the intake gate. Her breath quickened and palms dampened with excitement. She allowed her vehicle to be scanned and added to the docking base for storage. It drove her to its new semi-permanent parking spot. Kat grabbed her bag and hefted it onto her lap before opening her door to the arid heat of the desert city. Her lungs filled up with hot, dry air as she tried to get her bearings. With a final glance, she locked up her flyer and headed for the concourse. Her uncertainty grew with every step. Kat switched her bag from shoulder to shoulder, trying to alleviate the strain it put on her neck and back. I have no idea what I'm doing. Her jaw tensed. The entryway loomed before her, beautifully decorated reinforced glass and silver metal. It glistened to the point that it hurt her eyes. Welcome to space, it said. Welcome to the gate of hell, it meant. Did you know that your survival rate drastically decreases once you leave Earth, it implied? Let's explore. It said a lot more than that. With a sigh, Kat walked through the doors. She was greeted by screens and holograms, all projecting and trying to sell her on a new adventure. A commercial cruise around Jupiter, a trip to see the battle monuments on Galiza. She flinched and looked to the next thing, a billboard listing hundreds of jobs. She walked past it and toward the large domed windows where stores were set up to overlook the space field. They were up on a plateau and the view outside showed everything. Kat lugged her bag to a bench that overlooked the commercial and private vessels. From here, she could watch them enter the atmosphere and shoot up into the stars. I'll be on one of them before long. She sat there for some time. People walked behind her and her eyes trailed them in the window's reflection. Loved ones coming together, people breaking apart. Kat rubbed her wrists, missing her grandma. She debated contacting her uncle and going back to her extended family. To stay on Earth and deal with them curling up in their familiarity. Kat was pulled out of her thoughts when a woman sat down on the bench next to her. You've been here for quite a while. Are you waiting for someone? She asked. Kat looked at her warily. The woman was older, with graying hair and draped in scarves. No. No, I'm not waiting for anyone, Kat answered. Ah, I supposed that might be the case. We get your kind here every now and then, waiting for something to hit you over the head and change your life. Kat squirmed in her seat. Didn't realize I had a kind. I wish I'd known about my people before this. The older woman laughed, hoarse and mirthful. I once saw a young man sit in this very seat every day for days on end, waiting and watching the ships. I went up to him after the third day, my curiosity always gets the best of me, and asked him what he was up to. What was he up to? Kat asked, intrigued. Well, he was discharged from the military for having a bum leg. He didn't know what to do with the rest of his life, as his whole family was military. He felt hurt, lost, insecure. So, after hearing this, I offered him a job. Did he take it? He sure did. He's manning my exotic teas booth behind us. Been with me for damn near 10 years. Can't get rid of the sucker. He's a good worker, though he doesn't talk enough for my liking, so I have to talk for the both of us. The woman rambled on. Kat looked behind her at the tea booth and saw a middle-aged man pouring a cup for a customer. The woman continued. I was the one that hit him over the head that day and made a decision for him. He's great at lifting the heavy stuff. As you may have noticed, this port is large, but only one terminal is still in operation. Everywhere else is barred off and unused, but my tea shop still stands.